welcome to part 2. You can find the links in the description for part 1 of our interview, and of course for our podcast, our Facebook page, and our website. So thanks again for joining us. My name is Julie. We're part of Eagle Mom Squad. This is my friend Ellie.
Hi.
And
thanks for having me again.
Yep. Hey, we're wearing the same clothes.
Hey, imagine that.
So we're doing this in a 2-part series because we have a lot to say, especially there's a lot to say about the heart of homeschooling, because it's important as you, as the viewer, venture on this journey. If you're taking your kids out of public or private school, things are just going to be really different in your home, and you've got to get out of your head that it's school at home. It's not. It's home schooling, and so there's a difference. The heart is important. So last time we talked about why choose homeschooling, and we talked about how you can be assured of success this year. But now we want to talk about why should improving our relationships with our children be one of our priorities?
Yeah. So, if you're going to spend all day with anybody, I think you want to have a good relationship with them. And so often, I think all of us here, parents lament what they didn't do or could have done or should have done differently. You hear about how time flies by when you have kids, and it's very true. All of those things are absolutely true. Never before in our society has that been truer because of what the technological age has done, especially in our own houses, to our family life. So things like spending an entire day in front of a screen, or let's not even say an entire day. Ask yourself how many hours a day you or your children are looking at screens. And whether or not that's going to be something in your future that you're going to look back on and regret. I don't think anybody would say, oh, I really enjoyed those times that I spent 6 hours letting my kid play a video game. And certainly there's a place for technology. It connects us to you right now. That's a good thing. But there has got to be a limit to how we allow technology into our homes, because it affects our hearts. It affects the way that we view the world and one another. And so the heart of homeschooling has got to be about the relationships we form with our spouse, with our children, with our community, and how we go forward in those things. And if you are spending, the bulk of your time just in cyberspace, that's not even a real world. Right? Like, there are other people on the ends of that, but that's not what's really in front of you to be encountered. It's not as good as the real thing. And so we have to get back to the basics of the real things. And the real things that are in front of us are the relationships. And some of those relationships are wonderful with our kids, but some of them are rocky. And I think homeschooling gives you the opportunity to focus your heart on those relationships in a way that's beneficial to both you and to your children, so that there can be, even if, let's say, your kid doesn't particularly love your parenting style, that they walk away at the end of the day with a genuine respect, knowing that the time that you've given to them has been real time. It's been an effort. And I think we know when somebody works really hard for us, we feel appreciated. We feel like we appreciate them, but we also feel like we must be special. We must be important. We must matter. And so homeschooling is about letting people that are in our lives, under our care, know that they matter, that the development of their mind, their body, and their spirit counts for something, that they are intended by God for a purpose, to go forth in this world and make their mark. And it's our job to oversee that, to protect it, to help it grow up into what it is. And maybe you didn't get that when you were growing up. Okay, you can mourn that if you'd like. You can also do better.
And stop the cycle.
Do better. Get off the screen. I'm not saying you have to throw out your computers or your iPhones, but put them to the side.
Yeah.
That cannot be the focal point
Yeah.
any longer. The material that you work with, the children that you work with has got to be the focal point. And coming at that, like, you can't even stop and say like, oh, you should come into the day clean when you're about to school your kids. And when I say clean, what I mean by that is, if you were going to do an office job, I wouldn't expect you to sit down at the desk and have all of the dishes going on in your head. Like, I need to go wash the dishes. I need to go throw in a load of laundry. I have to go take care of this task. Let me take out the garbage first. You have to sit down and be focused on your work.
Focus.
And
absolutely.
so your heart with homeschooling has got to start clean. When you sit down with your kids, you can't be worrying about all of the house around you. There's got to be some sort of order and space for you to sit and pay attention. Because otherwise you don't give it your best.
Right.
You're distracted the whole time. You're not really giving what God requires of you there. And so having that undivided heart, that clean heart, that fresh start to the day, you could do that every single day, over and over again. If you mess up, you get distracted, you get lost, okay, let's start fresh. Let's start new. Let's do it again. And that perseverance is a very important part of homeschooling, is that you wake up every day and reface it.
I know part of parenting, you sometimes feel like you don't have much say. And so when you send your kid to school and they come home with assignments, it's all from the teacher, and you have to try to help your child get that homework done. But as a homeschooling mom, you have a tremendous amount of say, and your husband does too.
Right.
Even though he may just be like the principal or the superintendent of the school, not the primary teacher. But I would want to say that parents need to regain that control of how their family is moving through
What are your
time,
goals?
like the whole family. What's the whole family's mission? And if and usually, traditionally speaking, the dad goes off to work and the mom will stay home and homeschool, and the dad would be like the captain of the ship, but the mom is the one is the heart of the ship.
Right.
And you need to be on one page with your husband.
It's really helpful to have that.
And then together you move that family.
Yeah, absolutely. The direction that homeschooling brings to your life is, it's just an incredible opportunity. Because you can take your family and say, these are our goals for the next 5-10 years. And those goals don't have to be mundane. They can be exciting, they can include saving for a trip to Europe. They can include, studying astronomy and getting over to, great places where you can just give your children these opportunities that they're not going to encounter other places. You have to look and kind of get to know your kids and get to know what thrills them. What's exciting? What's good about this world? Tell me. Let me see it through your eyes. And then they'll come back and want to know what the world looks like through your eyes as well, so that you guys kind of can share a vision for your family, for each individual as they've been created, and move them forward out into a successful, good world and good place.
And I would just also say, if your kid is coming back into the home from public or private school, it's going to take them some time to adjust to the idea of mom or dad teaching and be generous with that
and also be an advocate for them. Be the person that is the most understanding of these changes and the upheaval going on. Reach deep inside yourself and find that space to say, okay, I get it. Tell me why this feels weird, or why you're really missing this group of friends, or how we can fix something so that it works better for you. You can be on their team and help them to feel like their success is the most important thing to you. And when they feel that, there will be a building of your relationship, or perhaps a mending of your relationship. We don't often get a reset button in life, and the paradigm shift that we're all going through right now is a great gift. If we can look at it and see it, this whole COVID-19 world, it's a gift of a reset. You have an opportunity right now to take control and to change your kids' future, your own future, your family's future for the better. And that's a blessing.
Yeah, it is. So do you have anything else that you would want to let our viewer know about homeschooling? Anything else about the heart of homeschooling?
Just be brave, don't be so afraid of encountering what might come up. There's lots of bumps in the road, but it's such a good ride. It's a really good ride. It's worthwhile, and I'm confident it's a journey that you will enjoy.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Ellie. I appreciate it.
So happy to be here.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Thanks for watching. The links are in the description for our podcast, our website, our Facebook page. Thanks, and have a great day.